and welcome. You are listening to Eternal Connection. That's the name of the show on Blog Talk. My name is Daniel Feint, and today we will be talking about never better. This applies to when people compare or they think they're comparing themselves to other people. It's actually that somebody asks you how you are, or let's see, if I was to say that I'm never better. I'm never better than you. I'm never better than I am. And as well, other people, I suggest, should say that they're never better either than me. We're all created equal, and the only thing that gets in the way is thoughts of the ego that separates us and the unity of humanity, and basically helps the problem to escalate as of comparison and judgment and all that not good stuff. So, basically it's just the thinking process. There is a truth that applies to all people, and yet there's what's true for each individual. So there's a difference between what's true and what's truth. Basically, to compare what is true for someone to someone else is an unequal equation for the fact that, let's see, I've lived my life. I am who I am. I've been through different situations. I have different likes and dislikes and different perceptions on things, as well as anybody else in this world or anybody else who's listening to this. So basically, I would have to say that let's go back to the idea of never better. I guess I could make progress if in my own life where I am better than I used to be. Maybe, say for example, when I learned how to type on a keyboard, I didn't know where to put my hands on the keyboard. I didn't know where each key was on the keyboard, but I got better at it. So in that aspect of the world of the physical world, or the world of physics, where those laws apply, there is a progression. But at the same time, I think that what's going on in a spiritual or psychological way, there's this center point that never changes. It's our well-being. It's what is eternal. And as soon as one, including myself, it's human to do, gets caught up in thinking, it takes us away and complicates what would create an illusion of that center point, that balance, that in the flow type of online with the divine connection. Let's see. What else could I say about this? I don't know. I guess the topic that I've chose, which is never better, is I was starting to get paranoid and annoying thoughts of people in my life thinking they were better than me, or comparison to other people's lifestyles. It's almost like each person's in their own little bubble, which is a good thing, as I see it, because we all have our own perception and perspective of the world, of this planet, but we're kind of in our own little worlds, and it's just, there's really nothing parallel to it. So this can be a blessing, because what I do can only affect myself. Now, unless you get into the realm of laws of physics, like the physical world, if I was to throw something at you and it hit you, then that's the laws of physics. On a spiritual or psychological level, there's really no interaction very much, because if somebody says something to me, I have to give them that thought permission to enter my mind and hold on to it. If not, it'll just flow through, like this too shall pass. Like all things do. It's a matter of if we hold on to something and make it a belief system for however long we hold on to it as a belief. Um, I always like to bring up the idea of the world was flat a few hundred years ago, but now it's actually a globe and a planet and all that fun stuff. And the Earth does not revolve around. Wait, the sun doesn't revolve around the Earth, but the Earth revolves around the sun. So it's these perceptions and these what's the word I'm looking for? Times where there's a critical mass and people take on an entire new belief. It's relative in what's thought of as what is true. So people 1,000 years ago, what's true for them is different than what's true for us in the 21st century. Let's see. So what else could I say here? Yeah, basically, there's the laws within the formless, and there's the laws of form. I know I'm being repetitive with this, but that's okay. I'm taking action by voicing these words. I'm taking action by clicking on the record button on this microphone. I'm taking action on broadcasting another Blog Talk radio program. I'm taking action by just sitting here. I could be pacing around, but I'm not. I'm not doing this from any kind of notes, which may seem scattered, and I'm trying to make it linear, but hey, scattered is sometimes fun because then you get to organize it. I don't know. Let's see. So basically, if I quiet my mind and become still in any kind of situation, then the outside thoughts don't affect my inside. If I'm aware and mindful about what's going on around me, I can also be aware of what's going on within me. To step back and be the observer of the current situation, or even better, from a universal perspective, and step back and see the bigger picture of everything, it's kind of comforting to think that everything is going according to a plan, like a plan beyond comprehension, where everything is okay and there's a kindness of the way things go. If you hear creaking in the background, that's my neighbors upstairs. They like to walk on their floor, and it's my ceiling, and anyway, it just makes a lot of noise. Let's see. So we're 8 minutes into this recording, and yeah, that outburst that I just had about the floor and the ceiling being the same thing, that's a whole other joke in itself. But that was a judgment call on mine. I'm not better than them. They have a right to walk on their floor. I have a right to record this in my apartment. Wow, this is getting into a whole other probably political or human rights discussion, or what is something that everybody is has the right to be able to do. But okay, we'll go back to the title of the show, Never Better. If these things are equal and fair to all people as to what is possible to do in life, I'm kind of just rambling on, and that's okay too. If anybody asks you how you're doing, you could say never better, which is a very clever way of putting it. It even rhymes. Never better is clever. So let's see. But yeah, there's something profound about that. I don't know, maybe I should have planned notes. Sorry if I've said a few times probably throughout this and not even recognized it. So I guess maybe this will be about a 10-minute broadcast, just to get the idea across that nobody's better than anybody else. We're all created equal. People may think that they're better. I may think that I'm better. We all might think that we're better, but the truth is, we're all created equal. We're all the same. It's just the illusion of thought that gets caught up and brings drama and makes things more difficult for one person, for oneself and other people. So I would recommend being never better than anybody else, and to hold on to the center point of well-being and our spiritual divinity, our soul. We need to balance the physical and the spiritual, because we do live in a physical world on planet Earth. But just keep it all in perspective. Okay, it's been about 11 minutes. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. Have a great day, and hopefully I'll broadcast another one when the topics come up in my mind. Until then, take good care, and thanks for listening.